Do you like recipes? You don't like recipes. Things that you can look at to see what you need to get, the ingredients, the pots, the E or the above, so that you can get to your desired result. I have a recipe for perfect peace. Did I say perfect peace? No, I didn't say it. The Bible did. But go ahead and like this video, subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and do that. Come back and then we'll discuss, okay? Go ahead. Go. I'm going to read you something that came across to me as like, why are we not following this recipe? Why are we not following the recipe for perfect peace? Could you stand to have perfect peace? Peace that surpasses all understanding. Peace that gets you to a place that no matter what's going on externally, internally, you good. That the storms of life could be happening, but you sleeping like Jesus on the boat, just peacefully. Could you stand to go yet another day, another work day, another E or the above day, and literally have it where no matter the weather, you have sunshine? Perfect peace. Does it sound like something that's not realistic? Perfect peace. You do one of those faces, but I read something that said that it actually is possible. You don't believe me? I knew you was going to have something to say, so I brought up the scriptures, okay? Isaiah 26:3. Shall we indulge? It says in the NLT version, you will keep in perfect peace all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. Now, wait a minute. The Bible tells me that the God that we serve, that he's not a man that he shall lie. So if he said that he can give you perfect peace, but there's just two things that you have to do, then I believe that we can have perfect peace. So what are the two contingencies you ask about perfect peace? Just two. We just read it. Isaiah 26:3. One is all who put their trust in you. Now, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that sometimes our peace is contingent on what we put our trust in? Absolutely. When you put your trust in the government and they didn't give you the stimulus, or they're not doing anything about the food prices, or they're not doing anything about the gas prices, or how come nobody else is, who you put your trust in? The government? Okay. When you feel some type of way about your job and they're not promoting you, or they may be downsizing, or how come they're not adding more value to you or increasing your income, like they don't see inflation, like what's going on? Who you put your trust in? The job? Or the fact that your friends are not supporting you the way that you would like to be supported, that your networking group is not doing the networking like you thought, like you actually felt like, man, if I had more support. Who you putting your trust in? People? Or that you figured that all your hard work should have paid off by now, that at this point you should be at least here. I mean, my goodness, somebody else did way less and they way further in. Who you putting your trust in? Your works? So in those examples, is it questionable on why you don't have peace? Because where you rooted and grounded your trust is in shaky, flaky, temperamental people, circumstances. I don't know about you, but we were made from dirt, right? I don't want to put any type of reliance on my life or the outcome thereof in other dirt particles. I don't. People are great. There's some grandbabies that are not. But people are people. And so if I'm going to build my house on anything, if I'm going to build my life on anything, if I'm going to build my trust and my peace and my anything on anything, it has to be the one that is stable. The one that is all-knowing. The one that is almighty. The one that is omnipresent. The one that is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. I need that type of stability, that type of constant, that type of perfect, that type of perfectedness in order for me to have perfect peace. Is that why the Bible says in order for you to have perfect peace, you need to have it in the one that is perfect, right? So he'll keep all in perfect peace, all whose trust is in him. So check where your trust is at. The next time you feel some type of way, be like, wait a minute. I know what the bills say. I know what the bank account says. I know what the job is doing or not doing. I know and I know and I know all these tangible external situations, but my trust is not in these external situations. My trust is in the Creator that created all of this in the first place. So all who trust in him and all whose thoughts are fixed on him. Would it surprise you that 10 times out of 10, the reason why you're not feeling peaceful is because of where your thoughts are at? Did you really think continuing to think about that conversation that you had that made you feel some type of way was going to result in peace? Did you really think revisiting that past trauma, revisiting that past whatever, did you really think that it was going to evolve into peace? Any type of peace, let alone be perfect peace. And sometimes what I'm starting to see is if you just look at those two variables, just ask yourself the next time that you feel some type of way and you like, wait a minute, I don't know, I'm off. No, you didn't wake up on the wrong side of the bed. It may be something you ate, go to the bathroom, see if that works out. And if not, go back to this particular 2 measurements. Where is your trust? And where are your thoughts? And I guarantee if you reverse engineer and trace back, where's my trust right now in this situation? And where are my thoughts? What am I thinking about? I guarantee you that if it is not resulting or pointing back to God, then you're not getting the peace that surpasses all understanding. You're not getting the fruit of the Spirit that is peace. You're not getting the thing, like literally in order to get the peace, it has to be grounded in him. So that was a little nugget for me that I was literally like, yo, I want to share that because I don't believe that we can journey this life, go through the trials and tribulations, go through the things that are going to test us and perfect us, go through life itself without understanding and being able to maintain peace. There's no way. Everybody that I read about thus far in the Bible, when you read about them, you like, bro, how you kept your peace? Joseph. You went from the pit to the palace, had a whole bunch of injustice done to you. There were some things that it was like, yo, I'm not going to hold you. I would have lost my cool. I would have had to tussle with the brothers at the end. There would have had to be something, but like you didn't complain. Maybe he was peaceful. Jesus at the bottom of the boat. The disciples were like, sir, do you not care that we finna? He was like, peace be still to the waves and the winds. And then looked at them like, where's your faith? It's a locatable thing. Where's your faith? What do you mean, where is it? Where's your trust? Where are your thoughts? Because if you can identify those two things, you could automatically identify where your faith is at. If you're worrying about that job, your faith is too ingrained in that job. If you're worried about the bills, then your faith is too ingrained with the things of this world. And it's literally supposed to be the opposite. You will reflect and ooze worldly things and feelings and emotions when you are so engulfed in this world that when you trace back to your trust and your thoughts, if it is not pointing back to God, then you're not going to get what God has for you. And I believe that when we even see Jesus walking life and doing whatever he's doing, showing us the perfect way to live, he lived peacefully. In a world with imperfected people, where there were times to be frustrated, where he went ahead and wept after he saw Lazarus, not because he was sad, okay, but because he was so angry that it's like, yo, how long I got to stay with these people to get them to understand the value of faith? And so he had emotions and he had circumstances and he had things that could have agitated him along the way, the whole 3 years of ministry. But the one thing that he grasped onto, outside of his relationship with God the Father, It's his peace. That's why you see that you can actually feel sick if you don't feel peaceful. Your body can literally feel like, okay, have an emotional day. It will feel like you ran a tri-marathon. You will be like, am I training for the Olympics? Because the body wasn't meant for that. Why do you think Psalm 23 says what it says? He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me into, it's like he's trying to get you like, yo, you getting ready to go through the valley of the shadow of death. This is where I'm taking you. Trust me. But I'm taking you, I'm with you, and I want to make sure that you're going in there with peace. Look how much guarded and infusion was done before going to the valley of the shadow of death in Psalm 23. It was literally like, I have to make sure that you're equipped. Peace is so important that in Ephesians 5, he says with the full armor of God and wearing that, put on the shoes of peace. Why is peace so important that it's shoes? Because it actually determines your steps in life. You ever made a decision outside of peace? You ever made a decision in angst? You ever made a decision in desperation? You ever made a decision out of anger? Did any of those decisions yield to something that produced that long-lasting positive fruit? So it will behoove us to learn the recipe for perfected peace. He says he will keep in perfect peace all who trust in him and whose thoughts are fixed on him. Isaiah 26:3. Memorize it. Do what I did. I literally set an alarm on my phone and titled it the entire scripture so that every time, like, it can get ingrained in me, because I don't believe you should leave home without it and you shouldn't live life without it. Perfect peace. Game changer. Okay? But all right, listen, I feel like you got what you needed. Did you like and subscribe and do the YouTube thing? We're here, okay? We are in these YouTube streets. So we got to do what the YouTube people say to do, okay? The liking and subscribing. Oh, and then also share with somebody. Share with the people that you think would be like, oh, that was for me. I like that. Just, help your girl out, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and let me go. We will talk next video every Thursday, gang. Okay? Later.